So if he times that by 10, that's $1,890. And I ended up winning by like 190 points. And Misha was so pissed off. He was like, I lost to a guy who didn't go to college? He's big and dumb. And like, he bumps into things. And so I was like, Misha, look, obviously, like, neither of us thought this was going to happen. This is a total accident. Like, you don't have to pay me. He's like, no, I'm going to pay you. I don't want your money. Like, it's fine. Like, I believe me. And so he's like, no, I'm a man of my word. And so it took him a long time. And so I would just tease him because I won, not because of the money, but I'd tease him. I'd be like, hey, so remember that game we played, Scrabble, that I won really, really big? When are you going to pay me? When are you gonna... And so he'd always get really embarrassed. And finally one day, I go to my trailer, and there are 85,000 coins. 85,000 coins. There were 50,000 pennies, which is $500, and like 19,000 nickels, and the rest were in dimes and quarters. He poured them all around my trailer. 85,000 coins. It was 190. It was 100 kilos, 220 pounds worth of coins. So he had 4 buckets that he pulled, 4 50-pound buckets that he carried up and poured, and then another 55-pound bucket carried up and poured, and another. And so I got back to my trailer, and he had left a little post-it note that said, "Good game." I know. And my dog, Sadie, my bigger dog, she was like, she wouldn't walk on the coins because they were stacked so high that if she put her paw down, it would move. And so she was just sitting there, like on the couch, like she didn't know what to do. It was like a human wouldn't walk on hot coals or like jumping jacks or something. Sadie was like, I don't want to walk because I don't know how to move. And so I was like, all right, you got me. He had to go around to 4 banks in Vancouver. He had to drive around and ask for all this change. And I guess the bankers were like, why do you want like 200,000 pennies? Like, I have my reasons. And American pennies, no less. Or was it Canadian? No, I'm sorry, it was Canadian. I'm very sorry. So he had, but either way, he had to go to 4 special banks in Vancouver. And so, when he was on set, I had to get a shovel. I had to get a shovel and a broom and shovel the coins back. So there's 200 and something pounds worth of coins. So I'm sitting in my trailer. The last day of shooting, I still found coins in my vent. Seriously. Misha was sitting there and I was kind of talking, and then I was like, damn it. He still like has coins coming out of the vents and stuff. And so I had to get shovels to put the coins out, but I got a bucket of change, like 40 pounds of change. And I poured it into his car. So, and he was so stubborn, and he is a child, and so he doesn't have a whole lot of time. And so he just drove around with like $600 worth of change. And so I poured it, he left a note that said, "Good game." And so I poured the change in his car, and I wrote, "Hey Misha, I'd like to make a donation to Random Acts. This should be about $665, so please consider it from Jared Padalecki." And so I gave the money to his charity, but one of the buckets I poured into his car, and he still has it. He says his seatbelt. So I guess if he's driving by a cop, he has to like grab the and drive and pretend. So yeah, that was a good one. But we tiptoe around each other because we're like, I don't want to get on his bad side. I just want to get on mine. So that was the coin story.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi. I'm Jared from Texas.